Road Racing Championships. Superbikes are on the grid. With us, ex-Honda Superbike racer Dennis Neal. Dennis, everyone's super keen to try and get ahead of Peter Goddard, who's got the points lead.
They certainly are, Greg. Beautiful conditions, as you said, here today. An ambient temperature of 20 degrees, track temperature 32 degrees for this first race.
Well, it certainly is going to be hot at the front of the field. Craig Connell riding for the Team Ducati. Home track. Now, can he do it? Well, we're soon enough going to find out. Damon Buckmaster, his teammate as well. Have a look at them on the front row, keen for a good start. First corner's not too far away. They're already through it. In fact, look at this. It is Craig Connell, but up the inside goes Damon Buckmaster into the lead. Right now, you're on board with Troy Bayliss. From front row, not a good start. He's going to have to fight his way forward. In fact, Peter Goddard's gotten on by. Here comes his teammate up the inside. This is a huge battle as they head for the bus stop section first time through. That is Craig Connell, Team Ducati. Right behind him, Damon Buckmaster. The next one through will be Ben Archibald. Look at this field as they stream through. Dennis, this is tight at the front on cold tyres.
It certainly is, Greg. All the leading competitors in this class do have the use and benefit of tyre warmers. However, as we've said before, it does take a lap or two to get the tyres right up to their operating temperature, which is around 95 to 100 degrees. But Damon Buckmaster and Connell having a great battle out front. The Ducati probably a little bit easier to ride around the circuit. The suspension should be a bit better, and being a bit lighter, it should be a little bit more nimble. And of course, him being a Queenslander, he would have the home track advantage.
Well, a lot of the competitors have had real problems coming to grips with the bumpiness of the circuit. It just seems that each year it's not getting any better. And as far as the competitors are concerned, especially Peter Goddard, who was talking on Saturday just about the difficulty of trying to get the bike to work on all the bumps. Well, it seems to be okay for Craig Connell. Have a look at this. Home track advantage just has to go his way. Now, when you see bike 24, remember this guy had a huge step off yesterday in qualifying. Unfortunately, the bike was really knocked about. They worked all night. In fact, the mechanics have not been to bed, and Peter Goddard's doing a pretty good job out there. He's a little bit sore and sorry, but here's one tough competitor down out of the eastern loop, heading for the front straight here at Lakeside. Speeds, well, a good 260 plus kilometres an hour from the superbikes. Just have a look at them as they come head on. Watch bike 19. The front moves around as he kicks in for this left-hander here. Now you're watching from Troy Bayliss's machine. That is a tough corner. It is fast and requires a mile of commitment.
Bayliss, I think, back in 5th place here at the moment. Now as we get a nice big close-up of the Shell Advanced Suzuki and Buckmaster, really see the suspension working around there. But as I said before, Bayliss on machine 32 coming from 5th place, he's going to be a man on a mission. He qualified fastest, and he's going to be the one here to really watch today.
Well, the crowd is big and they are loving these superbikes. Weather, well, it's perfect. It's the only way to describe it. That's Goddard on screen there, the Team Ansett Air Freight Suzuki. And you know, Dennis, any one of these guys more than capable of doing the job, but I do agree that Troy Bayliss, very determined to put his best foot forward here. And we've got to remember that a lot of these competitors brand new to superbike racing. Troy Bayliss being one of them, Damon Buckmaster, and how about Craig Connell out in front? This is only his second ride for Team Ducati, and he's leading.
You can see how nervous the front end is on that Ducati there. I would say from his 250 Grand Prix racing background, he's steepened or pushed the forks through quite a bit on that bike to try and steepen up the steering wheel angle so the thing will turn and he can put it exactly where he wants to on this very bumpy circuit.
Well, as the reigning 250cc Grand Prix champion in this country, our leader here really does know how to set up a motorcycle, and he has set it up the way that it seems to be working. A lot of the competitors changing a lot of suspension settings during qualifying and warm-ups throughout Thursday and Friday. Again, having a look from Troy Bayliss's machine, just look how close they come to the ripple strip, heading up now to the eastern loop. This is a double apex corner and it seems to go on forever. Then it's downhill away from that hill onto this corner, onto the straight, and it is fast. These guys super committed, and you can see to the outside of the circuit, concrete ripple strips. You don't want to get out there. Here's Bayliss in behind Goddard. Look at this. Here's Damon Buckmaster up the inside into the lead. So he is looking super strong. Winner of the Hub 300 here. He loves Lakeside and has been racing here for better than 6 years. Certainly knows his way around. through the bus stop section they come. This is virtually one line. There is no place for overtaking here. The best you can hope for, basically, is to survive your way through, then try and get the power on hard. Underneath the Dunlop Bridge, down into Hungry Corner. The bumps, well, they're everywhere, but there's a nice tidy line about 200 millimetres out from the inside ripple strip. If you can stay on that groove, you're safe, and then you can get the drive. Look at this, Damon Buckmaster really working the bike hard. Bayliss on screen now, getting some good vision from on board his machine. It just shows how hard it is. Here we go again, on board with him, and that is Goddard. Slams across the front of him. Here we go, late brakes. It will be Bayliss round the outside. Sure enough, Bayliss up into third place.
Yes, big move there from Bayliss going round the outside and out-braking someone of the calibre of Goddard. I think maybe Peter Goddard still feeling a little bit gingerly about after that big crash yesterday. Oh, Bayliss out there with the rear wheel in the dirt. We have that now on replay. Look, he's trying to straighten this corner up as much as he can. Gets the rear wheel in the dirt. Now tips the thing right over onto his knee scraper. He's riding very, very hard.
That's as close as you want to come through there. Again, look at this, Bayliss up the inside. So Bayliss up into second place. Gee, he is forceful through here. The bike all over the shop. The back wheel just waving in the air. Gets the gas down. Hell, look at this. Watch the back wheel as he comes through the corner. It is aviating. It is all over the place. It's sideways. He opens the throttle. Hey, don't worry about it. Just wheel stand out of there, and it seems to be working for him. He is on the charge. Now, the next man in his sights, Damon Buckmaster, about to feel the pressure of the Kawasaki. Horsepower for these machines so close. Top speeds so close. It really does come down to tactics. Bayliss tries round the outside. Gee, that is the long way as they head down into the carousel one more time. Buckmaster's putting up a big fight here.
He's really got that Shell Advanced Suzuki set up very, very well in the suspension. Oh, look, Bayliss now dives up the inside, very forceful into this part of the track, up to the bus stop. Buckmaster won't like that. He was squeezed out there. Bayliss has a bit of a look around here as he comes out. Buckmaster right behind him will try and tuck in. Oh, and as I was saying, they've come up to a lap rider here. I know he's pulled out of the way on another one of the Ducatis. Bayliss now has the lead. He's going to really put his head down now, Greg. Oh, as I say that, look, just loses the front coming into the eastern loop there, right at the foot of the camera. That was a huge get-off.
Unbelievable. Look at this, he's just walked away. Let's see this, slow motion. The front end goes away from him, and there's nothing he can do about this. He's caught under the bike, but soon enough the bike jumps away from him. And look at the bike as it just self-destructs, and it's got the onboard camera. You won't be seeing any more shots from that particular camera today. Have a look at this as this thing just barrel rolls its way towards the cameraman. Crunch into one Kawasaki. Fortunately, Troy Bayliss up and A-OK. Well, whilst all this has been going on, Ben Archibald has now moved up on the leader. In fact, up the inside of the leader and into the lead of this race. So, it is a Ducati, back to a Suzuki. Craig Connell on the second of the Ducatis in third place. Ben Archibald, this would be his first win in superbike racing. Have a look at the style of this man. He is super fit. He's got the bike working the way he wants. Buckmaster almost up and out of the seat coming out of the bus stop section. These guys working so hard in that very tight, bumpy section. Really are working the suspension overtime as they try and get the drive down onto the straight and out of the eastern loop. This looks really strong now for Ben Archibald. He's starting to pull away. Had a bit of a look behind Dennis. He'd be feeling pretty confident right now.
He certainly would, and Connell just slips up the inside on that very nervous Fraser's Ducati, shaking its head once again. He's out after his teammate, because when you're racing, the last person you want to beat you is your teammate.
At the moment, though, it is Benny Archibald, the young man who rode the Fiber Flash Kawasaki last year, came from a privateer ride onto a factory ride. Can't ask for more than that. They are the best setup team, no doubt about that, wherever you go in the country. As they head down into Hungry Corner, and the speeds of these machines, it is electric here at Lakeside. And aren't the bikes twitchy around here, Dennis? The bumps really are knocking them around.
It certainly is. Lakeside's a circuit that takes a lot of commitment from a rider's point of view. The brave riders here probably do a bit better than some of the other smoother riders. Hence Bayliss was doing so well earlier on. He really doesn't mind having a go. But this Lakeside circuit does really sort out. Oh, look at there, Connell out of the seat, just tried to get the power on there too early, paid the price, ran a little bit wide. Buckmaster now up the inside. Now Buckmaster is sitting in the box position here, coming to the closing stages of this race. Here we have it on replay again, just turns the throttle on a little bit too hard, flicks him up out of the seat, 1 foot comes off the pegs, he's gathered it all back together, and that gave Buckmaster the chance that he's been waiting for.
Well, he only needed that small error. He's moved himself back up into second place. Now the chase is on. Can he catch this man on screen? Ben Archibald. Look at this as he wheel stands the Ducati underneath the Dunlop Bridge, heading for Hungry Corner one more time. It seems, Dennis, it works. Getting the front wheel up in the air just gets you through here. Look at this again. Connell trying round the outside there. He really does know this track, doesn't he? As he tries to work different lines on the circuit. Out of the bus stop though, aviating the front wheel just seems to be the quick way out.
I think that's the way to get the thing aimed in a straight line, get the power on as soon as you can, because there's quite a drag and it's quite a fast section of the track there down under the Dunlop Bridge into Hungary.
Look at this, one more time, Connell up the inside. Connell back to second. Gee, I tell you, this is an absolute ripper race. Oh, can you believe this? Ben Archibald's race is over. The bike is just slowing down. Obviously a problem. I'm not sure what's caused this. He doesn't care. He's out of the race. Cruel luck. Well, Connell now into the lead. So Buckmaster's racing for the lead after having lost it. He's got it back. He's had it a few times and lost it a few times as they charge now, heading. There's only a couple of laps to run. Who will it be? Connell using local track knowledge and surely hoping that the Ducati has the horsepower not to be beaten by the Suzukis, because the Suzukis have been working overtime on the dyno, trying to get the horsepower. They seem to have found it, because Buckmaster loses absolutely nothing as they head down the straight. Again, up the inside, Damon Buckmaster fighting for it. Absolutely fought for the lead, has gotten it back. You can bet that Craig Connell was not prepared to give that one up.
No, well, both these two riders are the new kids on the block. Buckmaster, it's his first full season on a factory bike, and Connell, I think it's only his second ride on the Ducati. So they're both going to be real keen to win here. This is a good manoeuvre at high speed. Buckmaster positions the bike perfectly, pulls the front brake on, just leaves Connell no room to tip into the corner. Nice, clean passing manoeuvre.
And wasn't he giving it some fistfuls of revs? Well, Buckmaster looking for victory. This has been a huge ride from all of these competitors. Look at Ben Archibald. He was leading and he's been put aside. Last lap board out now. We had Troy Bayliss in the lead. He's fallen off. These guys have really fought and are about to earn the big points. Let's not put the mocker on them. They're still a couple of Ks from home, but it is the Ducati sitting back in second place. Now, can Connell come up with the goods? He's about a half a lap from home. These guys have blown the field to pieces out on their own, and I don't think anything at this point is going to stop either of these guys. Given the chance, they will pull the pin, take the risks. 2 corners from home. Dennis Neal, what can Craig Connell do?
Well, I don't think he can do a lot from this point. Buckmaster is going to know that he's there. He's going to cover his lines coming onto the straight. Bikes have both got very similar power. I think he's just going to have to settle for a safe second.
Well, it certainly has been a ride from all of the competitors, but it's been a better one from Damon Buckmaster. Crosses the line, grabs the win ahead of Connell, and Peter Goddard has gotten up for third. Congratulations, a big ride from all of these guys. Well, that wraps it up here at Lakeside. In fact, that wraps it up for our show. On behalf of the team, thanks for your company. We'll see you next week, same time. It was introduced in 1990, and quite possibly the closest ever finish. In fact, the hand-timed dead-heated Aston in 1975 was awarded in favour of Barry Sheen over Giacomo Agostini. It certainly was close enough to leave both riders in doubt as to who'd won, but it brought forth a roar of excitement from the 70,000 crowd.